Hey y'all, today I am doing the finishing touches on the Lowrider go-kart build, and then I'm going to do some riding. So as you can see guys, it is a perfect day in Washington State. This is your typical fall Seattle weather, everybody. So because of that, we're going to have to work inside today, but that's not a big deal. Today we're doing the finishing touches on the Lowrider go-kart. Today, I'm going to be adding a throttle cable, some brakes, and maybe tightening up the chain, and just kind of doing the finishing touches, just the odds and ends of things I've kind of neglected since I've started. Today's the day for just the finishing touches and getting this thing running, and after I do the finishing touches, we're going to do some riding. So I'm going to start with a throttle cable. So this is the throttle right here, and how it works is basically this gets pushed this way to give it gas like that. And the gas pedal's right there. So my plan is very simple. I'm going to be using my zip tie kit over there. I'm going to put some zip ties within the gas pedal, have it go out right here, and have a kind of a piece of wood that comes up like right around this area with a pulley on it so that it'll wrap around and go back to the throttle. You can see there's already a zip tie thing on there. So all I need to do is just connect the zip ties and it'll be working. The throttle system is almost done. I just attached this piece of wood with 2 screws down there, put a bracket on that side, and I put a pulley down there, right there, with this big washer on so that when the throttle is pulled, it doesn't come off. And of course I'm using zip ties because that's the cheapest and easiest way to do this. So I'm basically just going to keep connecting zip ties until it goes all the way up to front to the gas pedal. And then when this is pulled, it's kind of hard to do with one hand, but as you can see, works the throttle on the engine. All right, so the throttle cable is 100% finished. It's very, very simple. So all we have back here is, this is where I drew a hole in the gas pedal. The zip tie goes through it, and I used another zip tie to hold it in place. I need to cut both of these ends off, of course. And then the cable goes all the way back to where I said it was going to. And as you push the gas pedal, basically just goes like that. And you can see, works the throttle on the engine. So the throttle is finished. Time to do the brakes. Okay guys, we are getting back to work here. I was going to start working on the brakes, but then I realized that I was missing some important parts. So I went out, bought some of the parts that I need. I got some washers, pulleys, some bolts, and some other things that I needed. And some cable right there. So now it's time to get back to work here. Let's figure out how to get these brakes attached to the frame, attach a cable, and we can go for an actual ride. All right, guys, so I'm in the process of attaching the brake band onto the frame. And the first order of business is to cut this piece of wood right where it's been marked. I just cut the piece of wood out, and I sanded the corners of it so that I don't get wooden slivers. So the plan is to have this attach right in this area. It's kind of hard to tell, but I plan to have it mounted here. Put some brackets on either end attached to the frame. All right, guys, we just got this thing attached. It's a little bit loose, but it's definitely going to be tight enough for our purposes. So the next order of business is to stick this thing onto the frame here, like right about there. And I'm pretty sure you guys can see where this is going. There's going to be a lag bolt that goes from here into this piece of wood. That's what's going to secure this into place. I'm going to make sure that this thing is nice and rigid, and I need to cut it because this is way too tall. I'm probably going to cut it like right around here, right below this knot right here. So we're going to cut it, and I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, guys, so I just put this piece of wood in place. I put a bracket on this side, and on that side, put a screw there, and this thing is solid as a rock. This thing will not go anywhere. So one of the final things I need to do is, of course, get that bolt through with the washers. This thing will be attached. And then I just need to attach the cable from the brake band to the brake pedal. All right, guys, I got the cable installed and I attached this thing as well. It is very strong and rigid. It's not gonna go anywhere. That bolt is all through. The brake band is secure. Now I'm just trying to attach the cable to the gas pedal. After I do that, then we can go for a ride. The brakes are just about done. As you can see, I got the brake thing kind of figured out, I think. I still have to cut the excess off, but I'm just gonna leave it alone for now, just in case it kind of stretches a little bit and I need more cable. And then it goes to this pulley, back here to the brakes. So when I push on the brake pedal, you can see works the brakes. So all I need to do now is tighten the chain up and I can go for test ride number 2. So the sun is kind of going down, but this thing is ready for its second maiden voyage. So let's fire this thing up and take it for another drive. So far, about the only thing I can really complain about is that we really need a new clutch. I don't know if you guys were able to hear it or not, but like this thing, or the clutch, just kept grinding while we were driving. But man, this thing is actually quite fun. I do still have a little bit more work to do on this thing. Don't get me wrong, I definitely know that. This is literally just the second test drive. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Today we did throttle, brakes, and we took this thing for a little bit of a ride. So yeah, I think this pretty much concludes the Lowrider go-kart series, unless you guys want to see another part. But there really isn't anything else I really need to do on this thing. I mean, I could do like a little montage and me driving around if you guys like, but, you know, you guys would need to tell me first. But anyways, guys, that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching this series. It was a lot of fun. And, yeah, tell your friends, tell your family, let everybody know about me, Zach FTW. Stay awesome.